कर्णेभिः शृणुयाम देवाः भद्रं पश्येमाक्षभिर्यजत्राः स्थिरैरङ्गैस्तुष्ट्वागुंसस्तनूभिः व्यशेम देवहितं यदायुः स्वस्ति न इन्द्रो वृद्धश्रवाः स्वस्ति न पूषा विश्ववेदाः स्वस्ति नस्तार्क्ष्यो अरिष्टनेमिः स्वस्ति नो बृहस्पतिर्दधातु ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति. The reality is being described from the point of view of the world, it's from the relative standpoint, and the reality is also being described from the absolute standpoint. You have to get used to this very important aspect of the phenomena that we experience. If we look at the reality from this standpoint, then there is nama, rupa, name and form. But a nama, rupa, name and form, they need a substratum on which to exist. Nama, rupa just cannot exist in space like this, floating. So, the name pot and the shape pot needs clay. Name and shape of pot cannot just exist in space. It needs a substratum, a foundation on which to exist. In the very same way, if we look at this universe and we see so many, remember, we can only perceive nama, rupa, we cannot perceive anything else. Our senses can only see name and form. If we are seeing all of these names and forms, then what is the substratum on which they exist? This is the tradition of the analysis done by the rishis. If we are seeing names and forms, that means there is some substratum on which they all exist. And when they look deeper and deeper and deeper into things, they realize that the only thing which can serve as a substratum for all the nama rupa which we experience is called as existence. So the search starts from what we see, the phenomena which we experience in front of us, which is nama rupa, and it ends with the substratum which is called as existence. So it is existence which has taken on all the names and forms, just like clay has taken on all the names and forms in the potter's shop. So this is the analysis from this standpoint. Yesterday we saw, if you can go into the clay, if you can go into gold, the gold is a substratum for all the ornaments. You can go into the clay, which is a substratum for all the pots. And you become small like one of that atom, and you go in there. And when you look around, all you will see is gold atoms. Gold atoms. You will not see anything else. From that standpoint, there is no such thing as ornaments or the clay, there is no such thing as pot. From its own standpoint, in other words. So from here, we see nama rupa, but if you can go into the thing, like sometimes they make so many different things out of sugar. You may not have seen here, but there is sugar candy, because in Trinidad we are very uncreative when it comes to many things. When you go in different parts of the world and they make so many, I mean the creativity is just, one of the reasons might be just because we are still toddler society, not that we are not creative, or we may be creative in other ways. But they'll take sugar candy, for instance, a big piece of good I've seen. Good, you know? It's good, you don't know good. If you walk down in the streets on the dusty roads of the villages in India, you'll see them boiling sugar cane. You know something called a copper in Trinidad? That big copper thing? They boil sugarcane juice in that. That is actually meant to boil sugarcane juice. Here we use it for water and all that. And just you boil it down, boil. Boil the juice down to a solid. And what you get is good. Here, after that, they refine that and put chemicals and so aptly designed to kill you and all that. So there, they just boil it, and that solid which is left is called as gur. That is raw sugar, it is called. So it will come in chunks. They take a big chunk like this, and you carve little things out of it. So from outside, it looks like they carved a man, a sheep, a cow. But if you go inside the gur, and any part you taste, it will taste good. From the inside, there will only be one guna. What is that? Sweet taste. You ask any atom of gur, you know you have a cow on you. He said, what cow? No cow. From that standpoint, from the inside, there is no nama, rupa. From the outside, there is nama, rupa. So one is called from the relative phenomenal standpoint, and the other is called from the absolute standpoint. In Sanskrit, there are words for all of that. One is called as pratibhasik, and the other is called as paramarthik. Pratibhasik and paramarthik. And there is also another standpoint called vyavaharik. Vyavaharik means whatever we see people do on a daily basis, like you and I, everybody is going around, right? And you go and you see doubles and you stuff and eat. You thinking about any nama roop and all that? No, but they're thinking on that also. They're thinking, oh, what nama roop? Just give me one with everything. Vyavaharik, he is not thinking about anything. Pratibhasik is just thinking that there is the appearance of names and forms. And then paramarthik, drishti, from that standpoint, there is no name, no form, nothing. There is only one pure, uniform, unadulterated, undifferentiated existence. So that is what has been described. And now to continue that, see, if we see the last line of number 6, Ayam Ātmā Nitya Siddha Pramane Sati Bhasate. That idea is taken up, and Nitya Siddha means that Atma needs no other thing for its, it will come back just now, for its existence. It is self-existing, self-dependent. And then if it is self-dependent, I mean there is no dependence. It is as it is. And now in number 7, it is described from the absolute standpoint. Na desham na pikalam va, na shuddhim vapya pekshate, devadatto hamityetat vijnanam nirapekshakam. Two ideas are being described. One is the absolute reality from its own standpoint. Second is this whole idea, epistemological idea about knowledge, knowing. So, and the topic which has been started before also was, in order to know something, we need some instrument, right? That is, to know some other thing, we need some instrument. But to know that I am, what instrument is required? No instrument is required. So I was telling you previously, if you go into a dark room, pitch dark room also, you will still know that you are. To know that I am. For that, no pramana is required. See, even if I make an attempt to know, so suppose I am in a dark room and I ask, do I exist or not? If you walk into a dark room, now you can't see anything, you can't see your own hand also. Then you ask, do I exist or not? The fact that an effort was initiated to know if I exist or not, that fact that an effort was initiated, from where did that effort spring? The effort had to spring from a pre-existing entity, isn't it? So the fact that I made an effort or I asked the question had to have arisen from some pre-existing entity. The evoking of the question is proof of my existence, even if the question comes. So, to know that I exist, no pramana is required. That is the idea. And for the absolute reality, in the absolute reality, in the very same way, now there is no desha, no kala, no space, no time. You cannot say in that reality is it purity or impurity. All of this idea will follow. But here, the topic which was started actually was pramana. And I know myself without any pramana. I exist without any that existence of mine is without nama rupa, and is without any space or any time, all such things. And it is apeksha. Apekshate means known without any dependence on any other thing. It says here, Devadatto hamityetat vijnanam nirapekshakam. To know that I am Devadatta. I am not Devadatta, which is this fellow who is Devadatta. Actually, this is one proof also of the it appears as though, of course not any proof, but it may appear that this Devadatta phrase, which we know in later literature, I mean Devadatta phrase we don't see in Vedic literature. Might be, but the Atharva Veda is said to be compiled much later, and this is from Atharva Veda, and we see this type of phrase in the writings of Bhagwan Shankaracharya. Devadatta aham iti etat vijnanam nirapekshakam. You have to substitute your name inside of there. You don't go and say, my name is Devadatta. Where you learn in Upanishad class this morning? That I am Devadatta. To know that I am Devadatta, no instrument is required. To know that I am so and so, no instrument is required. That is known nirapekshakam, without the help of any instrument. That knowledge of oneself, which is nirapekshakam, without dependence on any pramana, that knowledge is the knowledge of, or that knowledge is about the reality. When I say that I know myself, that time I'm knowing reality. It's just that we don't dwell there. What we know, where we dwell in BMI. We know my back is paining, my head is paining, my eyes are paining. So they're all BMI. My mind is confused. Or I am impatient. I have no patience. I wanted to be a doctor, but I didn't have the patience. Whatever. We always dwell at some level of this BMI. The level where I am. That I am, and then the other things which follow, we dwell on the other things that follow. We don't dwell on the I am. That is the problem. So now in the next verse, he's speaking about that rishi who knows that reality. So here, what is it? Brahmavid Lakshanam. Lakshanani. Brahmavidaha Lakshanani. The Lakshanas of the one who knows Brahma. That is being described now in the following verses. Means who dwells in that first thought, I am pure existence, I am that existence which is beyond space and time, the existence which is beyond nama, rupa. That person is going to be described. Well, lakshanani means qualities. And I told you, siddhakasya lakshanani sadhakasya sadhanani. But the lakshanas of a siddha purusha, of a realized person, this is what Arjuna was asking, what is the lakshanas of that realized person? He asked Bhagavan in second chapter, Prabhu, tell me the lakshanas of this siddha purusha. Sthita prajnasya ka bhasha kimasita vrajeta kim. He is asking there. How does he walk, talk, and how does he live? And everybody want to know. See, the peculiar thing about this human being, right? He wants to know what is the lakshanas of that fellow. He doesn't want to get those lakshanas. He's going to tell me for the lakshana of that man. It's siddha purusha, the realized soul. So here now the lakshanas start. First you tell me his lakshanas. And I may see whether I want it or not. That is a human being. It means his abhiman is so much. First you tell me about that siddha purusha and his lakshana. Then I will see. Is it worth trying for or what? Or that fellow has something valuable or what? Whether I want to stay here or become like him. Anyway, so now see that Tadvat Brahmavido Tyasya Brahmahamiti Vedanam Bhanuneva Jagat Sarvam Bhasyate Yasya Tejasa Tadvat Brahmavidaha api asya Brahma ahamiti Vedanam. Vedanam means perception or knowledge. Vedanam also means proclamation. Both the meanings can work there. Proclaiming, announcing, like a Vedanam word. So now the Brahma Veda says Aham iti, Aham Brahma iti. Brahma means Brahma means I am that one undifferentiated, uniform reality. And in me there is no such thing as names or form. This is from the absolute standpoint. Mayyeva sakalam jatam, mayi sarvam pratishtitam. All things rise in me, so all things stay in me. Mayi sarvam layam yati. All things dissolve, but I remain the one. See, in other words, he is not identified with ocean, he is identified with water. So in ocean, there are changes and everything going on. But in water, see, all the changes come in ocean. Sometimes tide rise, tide come, waves sometimes. See, waves up to 2 meters in open waters, and 2.5 meters in sheltered areas. Since I born here in Trinidad, and from that standpoint, no change. At least that is not changing. So, from the ordinary standpoint like that, right? 2 meters and 2.5 meters there. Change. Tide, right? Tide. High tide will be at this time, and low tide will be at this time, and all that, right? Sunrise and sunset. Anyway, all those changes will take place, but at the end of the day, this H2O had no change. So here, from Brahma, we see at the deepest level, from that level of Brahman, there is no change. Now see, I told you, if you see change, then that is only an illusion of change. And that doesn't mean to say that we don't pay attention to the illusion. In Vedanta, we don't try to change the illusion. Please see this thing. In fact, you can't change the illusion. The illusion will remain as it is. What we try to do, remove the illusion. that delusion is what we are trying. We can't remove the illusion. So the change which is there in the universe is an illusion. You can't remove it. But you can remove the illusion of thinking that it is actual change which is going on. See, if in the end, at the end of the whole day, the same number of H2O molecules and everything is there, and nothing has changed in that ocean, then how you are seeing change all day? That had to be an illusion. At the end of the day, nothing happened. The ocean achieved. What did the ocean achieve with all that waves and all the things? Nothing. Now, H2O say we started out with 5 trillion and we ended up with 5 trillion. 5 trillion and everything. Don't go and tell people. He said the ocean has 5 trillion water molecules. So nothing actually happened, no change. And that actually accords very much with what science, one of science's discovery. Matter or energy is neither created nor destroyed. So whatever has happened, all the changes taking place in matter and energy, and all the matter and energy is still the same constant. It has not changed from that standpoint. From a higher standpoint, it's same. All the energy and matter is still right there. Nothing has happened. So the Rishi, he understands from this standpoint. Oh, I'm seeing all the illusion of change, but really there is no change. And then I am that substratum upon which all the change is appearing. Aham Brahma, that Brahma, that reality, upon which all the change is taking place. And Vedana means this is his understanding, his perception, this is his knowledge, and this is a proclamation also. This is his announcement to himself, of course. Bhanuna eva jagat sarvam bhasyate yasya tejasa. And one sun illumines the whole world. This is a different idea which is coming in the second line. One sun illumines the whole world. In the very same way, one Brahma, reality, knowledge, illumines all nama, all objects in this world. It means when the sun rises in the morning, you see all objects in the light of the sun. Same way, in the light of this knowledge of Brahman, all knowledge, all objects and all things in the world is including the sun. Now the sun also becomes that. Now if that knowledge was not there, if Brahman was not there as the one conscious principle, then you would not be aware even of the sun. This one conscious principle is including all things. Now this whole idea of illumination also will be included in this. Now you see number 9, 10 and 11. They are all there together, right? What oh, you have to split that now, I'll tell you. Number 9 and half of number 10 go together. And the second half of number 10 and 11, they go together. No, in other words, number 10 has one leg there and one leg there. Now see this. We'll chant all three. What do we chant? Anatmakama Sattucham Kim Nutasya Bhasakam Veda Shastra Puranani Bhutani Sakalanyapi Yenarthavanti Tam Kimnu Vijñātāram prakāṣayet kṣudhām deha vyathām tyaktva bālakrīdati vastuni taiva vidvān ramate nirmamo niraham sukhi. Now that last line kind of tricky. Kaman nishkamarupi samcharatye kacharo mui. The pada is not falling back 8 syllables. See, I'll show you how. Kama nishkamarupi. See, it gone in Chandavanga. Samcharatye kacharo munihi. To get it, you have to stop at some. But some belongs to the next word. You usually don't break, so then you have to chant the whole line. But you have to do kama nishkamarupi, some like that. Charatye kacharo munihi. Then only it will come. But you can't stop in the middle of a word. So you have to chant. In Gita there is one line like that also. In the 8th chapter. Anyway, so now see. Anatmakam asattucham kim nu tasya vabhasakam. There's a question is asked. See, all objects, all nama-rupa. Objects is nama-rupa. All things, nama-rupa. Now, says how that thing will be known. Kim nu vabhasakam means how it will be illumined. How it will be known if there is not a conscious principle. Because only a conscious and aware principle can make that thing be known, isn't it? So, if there was not a conscious principle, which we are calling Brahma here, Satchit, and Satyam Jnanam Anantam, Brahma. If that conscious principle was not there, how will we know that things exist? This relationship of the dependence of an object on the knowing principle. You see, that's why I tell Vedanta students have so much to reflect on. I'll show you how much to reflect on it. We only waste our time reflecting on all futile things in this world. There's an old question, is if a tree falls in the forest and nobody is there to hear it, did it make a sound? That question requires a lot of thought. It falls in the forest and nobody is there to hear it, did it make a sound? This question which is asked in this first line is very much akin to that sort of thing. See the question again. Anatmakam asattucham kim nu tasya avabhasakam. Anatmaka means all the jaravastu, which you call as idam in this world, right? Idam vritti means all the thing which is known, objectified, objects, nama-rupa, whatever you want to call it. There's so many ways to characterize it. Anything objectified, anything that is anatma, anything that is not me, other than me. If jara, so if jara means if there is not a conscious principle to know it, a conscious being to know it, or if there is not consciousness in the light of which it is known, how would it have been known? That's the first thing. Second thing is, and that's why the vichara has to be done, is knowing it essential for its existence, or can it exist independently of being known? That is a big question. No, Western thought will not have answers for these questions. because in Western thought there is no such thing as Ishvara. If that object is not known, does it exist? This is what I'm saying. There are so many things to do vichara on. What we do vichara on? Joli mango, Kalawash mango. Which one is better? We go on arguing also. Which one is better? And the price of body in the market. This is vichara. What exactly is the relationship between knowing of a thing and the existence of a thing? Means, in other words, if that thing is not known by anybody, does it exist? Does fufu exist? Yeah, there's something in Africa called fufu. What was there in Sesame Street? That's some name they used to call of something. Gifu. Gifu. Does Gifu exist? Anybody know what is Gifu? I don't know what is Gifu. You know what is Gifu? You see, does Gifu exist? So, this is from our ordinary standpoint. I don't think about all esoteric things now. Because nobody knows that what is Gifu. Therefore, we say it doesn't exist. Or is the existence of a thing dependent on its being known? Now, see, this is real vichara when you start thinking, and you have to think about those things from every standpoint. So now it says, objects in the world, they are known only because there is a knowing principle. If there was no knowing principle, no conscious principle, no consciousness in the light of which they are known, then they will not be known. If they are not known, not knowing is as good as not being. Now, you immediately will say, oh, right now I don't know the jeep outside because we are not seeing it, right? I don't know. So is the jeep there or not? We are not knowing it. Is it there or not? We say it is there because apart from my knowing, there is the knowing of Ishvara. I am not only knowing being in the world. There is the knowing of Ishvara, which is called the infinite consciousness. So if I do not know it, that doesn't mean to say that it disappears. But that's what I tell you, there's a problem in Western philosophy. Because in Western philosophy now there is no Ishvara who you count on. The idea of Ishvara is not there. A super consciousness is not there. The only individual consciousness is there, you and I. So in other words, this thing is there. I am aware of it. It exists. Right? Then I turn. No, I am not aware of it. So it disappears. Then I come back. It reappears. That's a big question. So we say, no, when I turn, Ishvara's consciousness is there. This is there. The consciousness of Ishvara. So now, we will run an experiment. When I leave the thing, it disappears. When I come back, it comes back. So when I was not being aware of it, it disappeared. One thing that will lead to it, my consciousness is bringing it back and taking it away. So run an experiment. What is that? You go to sleep and you keep a bucket under the tap and it's dripping drop by drop. Drop, drop, drop. So when you put the bucket and you went to sleep, it was 0. When you got up, it was full. That means even though I was not aware, that thing was going on. That means to say its existence did not depend on my consciousness or awareness. It still went on. When I went to sleep, it was empty. So we said it was in the consciousness of Ishvara. And if you don't accept Ishvara, what you will have to say, there's still a reply for that. When I went to sleep, that time, I projected an empty bucket. I went to sleep. And I woke up. I projected a full bucket. That minus is Ishvara. I am projecting all the time. Something through my consciousness. It should not be that. The first one is it was there in the consciousness of I projected an empty bucket and I went to sleep. When I woke up, somehow my mind was programmed to project a full bucket. And Ishvara is minus from the equation. So now see how many things I need to reflect on this. What is the relationship between the knowledge of a thing and the existence of a thing? That's why I told you, say any line which we read, like we are studying this Upanishad now, right? You think this Upanishad is over or what? No, we completed it. People like to say, no, we did this Upanishad, we did that Upanishad, we did the other Upanishad, we finished it so many Upanishads, we did a Shankara Bhashya also, and he said, it's done. Not a line even done. It's so much to think on, so many things, all of them. And sometimes you will hear me say, oh, this is just a nice line. That means there is so much yet to think on that line. So, if there was not a conscious principle, what will illumine the existence of all the jara vastu in the universe? The all the inert things. And that leads to so many other questions. I'm telling you, vichar has to be done. Vichar means reflection, thinking, contemplation on all of these other questions. It means leads to so many things. Is there really a relationship between knowing a thing and the existence of that thing? He says, Veda, Shastra, Puranani, Bhutani, Sakalani api yena arthavanti tam kim nu vijñātāram prakāṣaye. There is that reality which gives meaning, antavanti. Antavanti means gives meaning. Meaning to what? All Veda, Shastra, Purana, and also gives meaning to, or gives knowledge of the existence of all beings. It means that reality which first manifests Ishvara, what is the original word? Brahman manifests as Ishvara. That Ishvara who gives meaning and reality to all things in the world, that Noah Vijñātāram. In other words, that Ishvara, that conscious principle, gives meaning and existence and everything to all beings and all the Shastras and everything. Gives existence to them and gives meaning to them and give every aspect of their being. So in the first line, a question is asked, what conscious principle is there to implement? Conscious principle is given in the next two lines. Gives existence and meaning to everything. I see Antavanti is also, when we say Arthavanti here means not only, see, this word has a meaning. To comprehend means to understand. That is the meaning of the word. But we use the word meaning in other senses also. Now, what is the meaning of life? That meaning word is used in a different sense or not? What is the meaning of life? Trinidadians use it in so many other sense also. What do you mean by come and pick in my mango? That Trini, what do you mean by come and pick in my mango? What do you mean by looking at me and smiling like that? Now see, that word mean there. What is the meaning of this? We talk like that in Trini. So the word here means give relevance, gives significance, gives existence, gives presence. There is a reality that gives existence, significance, relevance, everything. Presence to all the Jara Vastu which we see in the universe. That is the idea. Without which the things will not be there. So it is that reality. Yena, by that only it gains. Sakalani, all of them, all things gain relevance, existence, and also not only their existence but their the knowledge of their existence. Prakāshāyet word is given. Exist. And now there's another thing that I told you now. That's why we say existence and knowledge is one and same. The existence of the thing and knowledge of the thing is one and same. You may not be knowing it, but Ishvara knows it. This is Vedanta. The other thing is a question of Western philosophy. The existence of a thing and knowledge of a thing is one and same. That is an immense thought which requires so much of reflection. In Vedanta, the existence of a thing and knowledge of a thing is one and same. Now, it is true that I may that a thing may, for me, have any one of them. Like, for example, you have heard of some new, like for example, it took me a long time to find out what is that drone. Because they invented drone many years ago, and then they started using it drone in war. Actually, drone was developed for war. Now we're using it for other things. First drone was developed for war. So they were using drone to bomb all those people in Afghanistan and all that stuff. Long years ago. Then I heard this word drone. I don't know what is a drone. So you know there is some nama, but rupa we don't know. So some sort of knowledge is there. So the nama is more akin to, nama is akin to consciousness, and rupa is akin to existence. So now I don't know of the existence of thing. You need to say I have never seen. I don't know where it exists and how it exists. But I know of the name. I'm aware of the name. So you could have the other way also. You could see some object, but you don't know what it is. So you know of its existence, but you really don't have any knowledge about what exactly it is. So with nama rupa, you could have sometimes one or the other. So consciousness and existence are related to these two things. But the fact that you don't know, that doesn't mean to say, means I don't know what drone, doesn't mean to say that Ishvara doesn't know. It is there in the mind of Ishvara. Anyway, this is something also that we can think with regard to the relationship between existence and knowledge. Can there be a split? Can the two be separated, nama and rupa, or existence and consciousness? In Panchadashi, we were seeing that it can be split actually. In some things only existence manifests. In some things existence consciousness manifests. And in some things existence consciousness and bliss also manifests. So they can manifest variously. That thought is also to be given some consideration. Now, that reality which gives meaning to and which illumines and which gives existence to all things, that reality is known by this Brahmavit, And the Brahmavit is now described in the remaining lines. That reality, pure consciousness, is known by that Brahmavit. And he says, Kshudham dehavyatam tyaktva balaha kriyati vastuni. Balaha is a child. This child, he kriyati vastuni means he's playing with objects. This object, that object. And for a child, anything is a toy. Eh? Of course, today we spoil children. But for a child, anything is a toy. So now he's playing. And he says, Kshudham and Deha Vyatam. Vyatam means he forgets hunger. I'm sure all of you would know about that. When we are playing outside, we don't care about hunger and thirst and nothing. They have to tell you, come out of the sun. Parents, come and eat. Come inside. Otherwise, we're just playing. And Deha Vyatha means all the afflictions of the body also. He's in the hot sun. Think burning, but he doesn't care anything about it. So Deha Vyatha, all the afflictions of the body. And hunger and thirst. Kshudam by extension means hunger, thirst. Kshut pipasa. All is going on. So his play is taken, he's taken up with his play and his objects without any thought of any of the afflictions of hunger and thirst and all the discomfort of his sun burning and this and that, nothing. He just play. So why that example is given? Now see how you had that has to be tied now. Tatha eva, in the same way, Vidwan. Vidwan means Brahmavit. Brahmavit means the enlightened being. Remember, this is Brahmavit Lakshanani. Yeah? In the same way, Vidwan, Ramate Nirvamaha Niraham Sukhi. This Brahmavit, Vidwan, here is called Vidwan also. Ramate means he is reveling in Sukhi. It means he is happy and reveling. How? Nirvamaha and Niraham. Niraham means Nirahankara. Without any feeling of I and mine. No. Like the child who forgets this body is mine. This body is paining, this body is burning in the sun. Child forgets that thing. This body is hungry, this body is thirsty. The child forgets. So in the same way, in other words, the child has no body consciousness. That is why the example is given. This Brahmavit, Vidwan, he forgets about his body and he what? Nandati Nandati Nandativa Yogaratova Bhogaratova Sangaratova Sangavina. He is reveling on, means forgetting all body awareness and consciousness. That is the idea. And Sukhi means this body is not mine. I am not this body. Niraham Nirahankaraha Nirmamaha. Kaman Nishkama Rupi Samcharati Ekacharaha Munihi. He is, Samcharati means he goes about, lives, continues. Ekacharaha. Ekacharaha means alone, not Muni. He is called Muni. How many words are given? Muni, Vidwan, and previously Brahmavit. Same person is being spoken about. Huh? Samcharati, he goes, he is alone by himself. And he is Nishkama Rupi. Nishkama Rupi means without any desires for anything. And he goes about Samcharati. Kaman. Kamanya means objects. Vihaya kamanya sarvan pumam sarati nisprihaha. This is exactly the line from Gita. So here, same thing is being told. He goes among the objects of the world, moving among them, desireless totally. So if he is walking, he desires nothing. If there is an orange and at that moment he sees that he is hungry, he eats. He doesn't desire anything. If he sees an orange, and you know, for such people, everything works out just right. That person who walks desirelessly, you know, at the moment when he is hungry, that moment something will be there for him. That thing will just fall right in place. So this person walks about all the objects of desires of this world. People have all sorts of ideas about realized people. This realized fellow, why is he looking at that billboard? That thing has a burger on it. He wants that burger or what? So what he should do when he's passing by the billboard, he should but that's what you expect or what? That Sthita Prajna, he called Muni, Vidwan, his senses are very much aware, open, and he's seeing and hearing everything. When in our case, when we see and hear everything, right? We hear this. Immediately our mind clicks on, oh, and starts thinking on connecting this and connecting that, and therefore we should do this and do that. This fellow, he sees, ठीक है. He sees maybe some good thing, ठीक है. Some bad thing, ठीक है. His mind is not disturbed. Therefore he could move among all karma. Karma is objects of the world, desire, or objects of desire which people desire. He walks among them. But when we see the BMW, we want it. When he sees the BMW, so my seeing it immediately evokes a desire. He seeing it. ठीक है, it is good, not good, whatever. Good. Yeah. So he walks among samchare. See, that's why you see how the Rishi has given very nicely. Angiras Rishi has given very nicely. What is that? Samcharati. Samcharati means samyak charati. Means he goes well among the objects. He walks among the objects of this world well. Well means what? He is not disturbed by any of them. We don't go so well. We fall in the well. Any object we see, we and we say also, oh, I saw that car and I fell in love with that car. See, fall. I fell in love with that car. We take a fall anytime we see it. What a wonderful thing. So, samyak charati. And ekacharaha, next word is given there. Ekacharaha means he goes alone. This is one wonderful guna of realized soul. He walks alone. He doesn't lean on anything, on anybody or anything. We lean. Our whole life we lean on people and things. So, ekacharaha, a nice word. Alone. Munihi. Swatmaneva sada tushtaha. Swayam sarvatmana sthitaha. Nirdhano pisada tushtaha. Apyasahayo mahabalaha. Same thing is happening there again. You have to, when you stop there, you have to add one more syllable. Swatmana eva sadatushtaha means he is contented with, by himself. That is first phrase. Contented with or by himself. Swayam sarvatmana sthitaha. And he stays abiding with his self, which is all. He is the one self who is existing in all things. He stays sthitaha, stays abiding in that one self, which is all things in this world. Is the one existence which makes up everything. Existence is the common factor. That is the only common factor in the universe. Existence. That existence may manifest as energy and matter. And in energy and matter, I told you why the rishis did not stop there. I told you on the previous day. Why it did not stop? Why the rishis did not stop at energy? Because energy, matter is a common thing also, right? In the universe. Why they didn't stop there? And why they went one step further? Because in energy and matter there is change. There may not be depreciation or appreciation or whatever, but there is change from light to heat to sound to different type of energy. There's change in that thing. And for reality, for the reality, no change could have been admitted. In other words, if we admit change in Brahman, then tomorrow when you wake up, you don't know how Brahman will be. He may take overnight, he make a decision. Yesterday I was existing as this type of energy. Today let me only exist as this type of energy. Then Brahman would have been, you would have been in a precarious situation, you know, because you very unsure. You don't know how Brahman will be tomorrow. You will wake up guessing. So change could not be admitted in Brahman. So there has to be something, and of course, not only, we're not only talking about expediency here. We're talking about really the energy or the matter exists or not. Still a question will be there, isn't it? But you cannot have a question about existence. What question you will have about existence now? Existence exists or not? But you will have that question. No, existence does not exist. What? You cannot have that question. I told you for the question to arise, there must be existence. So beyond energy and matter, and then energy we call Shakti. But if there is Shakti, there has to be Shiva. That is how the two words come. Shiva and Shakti. One is the changing principle and one is the changeless principle. But both are one and same. And I told you the change is an appearance of change. Huh? So anyway, this person, this is, Mahatma is being described, Muni, Vidwan, Brahmavid, he is contented by himself, with himself, and at the same time knowing that he is the self of all, the one pure existence of all. And he is nirdhanaha api sadatushtaha. And see, it is a very important line. Without wealth also, he is all the time tushtaha, contented. And the human beings have come to feel this one thought. You please remember this one pada. This one pada, without wealth also, he is all the time contented. This little one pada is going to lead to the destruction of human beings. Human beings will be destroyed because of this one thing. We never feel that we are contented if we have no wealth. And that is what is, and today, the economic paradigm which we have accepted, first of all fashioned and then accepted, we ourselves make it and then we ourselves now are pursuing it. That economic paradigm is going to lead to the destruction of this species. Today only, and you see on the news, on BBC News, today, 500 or 600 plant species have become extinct in the last little while. 600 plant species become extinct. Now when plants become extinct, then insects also become. So we are killing out all the plants and killing out all the insects, and slowly, they say 1 million species is in danger of being extinct. Like that the news is telling. Now see, who is doing all of this? Human beings. The nature can very well exist without a human being, but the human being cannot exist without the nature. So we are slowly killing out all the species and all the plants and everything. And that is happening because of this thing. Human being is never contented without wealth. This whole thing is being driven by this only. And the economic paradigm which we have accepted from this basic defect, the paradigm which we have accepted is, if you don't have 5% and 7%, 7.5% growth per year, if you don't have that, something is wrong with your country, something is wrong with your economy, something is wrong with the species. And to have that type of growth requires the total ravaging of the earth. And people are not recognizing all of this. You must keep on growing. That means wealth must keep on increasing. And you must consume more, produce more. And that we have got ourselves in a vicious circle from which the only way to come out is self-destruction. Because see, this one pada has to be studied. Nirdhanaha, without wealth. He is sadatushtaha, all the time contented, api asahaya mahabalaha, and without any help or any support, asahaya, that fellow is most powerful. Mahabalaha, he's nice translation, he's mighty. Mahabalaha, mighty. This Muni is being described. One Muni, one Rishi, and it changes, it brings change in the world. See, look here. I always remember a simple example of Rabindranath Tagore. Rabindranath Tagore wrote a little book. You should see the size of the book. A little book like this. It's called Gitanjali. In Bengali language, his mother tongue is Bengali. A Bengali fellow whose mother tongue is one language translated his Bengali book into English, which is not his mother tongue. And that little English book now is a translation of the original, which could never capture the original. That little book earned him the Nobel Prize in an English-speaking world. What a mighty Rishi to have put so much of power into that little book to bring Nobel Prize. And today we can read and enjoy and talk about him and this and that. That is the power of the Mahabalaha. See? And if we write, we sit down, we write whole day, write, and nobody wants to read the next day. What Bala? Nirbal? Durbal? But the Rishi commands such power, you see? To put your translation into an English world and beat all of them to get Nobel Prize. What examples are there? So many Rishis. One Mahatma stand up with a stick and glasses. And a whole empire fell. It's called Mahabalaha. Alright, we'll see tomorrow. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purma Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om Shri Guru